Jet Set, JSR, Groovy, Jet Set Radio.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first installment of Topic of Discussion, a show that takes a look back at gaming's history to get a better perspective of the future of gaming. My name is Josh and today's topic will be Jet Set Radio Future, a classic original Xbox game that released all the way back in 2002, published by SEGA, one of my personal favorites. Now for those of you who are unfamiliar with the game, allow me to give you a brief demonstration of what it was about. Jet Set Radio Future can be classified as an action-adventure type game. It rocks a stylish cel-shaded design with a really cool cast of colorful characters. The story involves an evil, corrupt figurehead named Rokaku Goji who aims to take out any form of culture and independence in Tokyo and pull as much profit as he can. Which, to be perfectly honest, sounds a lot like EA. Asshole! I'm just kidding. Microsoft. Anywho, it's up to the youth of Tokyo to put an end to his evil tirade and bring culture and freedom back to Tokyo. Jet Set Radio Future was definitely one of those rare gems from the last generation. And I was baffled when I learned it didn't do amazingly well upon its first release. Which is why I am now here to discuss, debate, and create new ideas in the hopes of reviving the series, or at the very least bringing back the game's unique formula for future IPs. So, without further ado, let's get into the new possibility of a Jet Set Radio Future game of 2013. Or 14. Now, before we begin, let me explain how this is going to work. In order to make this easy, I've decided to separate the game into 4 categories: design, content, gameplay, and story. But for now we're going to work on content and design and save gameplay and story for part 2. So first up, design. Now, in order to get a full opinionated point of view, our hypothetical question will be, if you were chosen to lead the development team for the next Jet Set Radio Future game, what changes or improvements would you make to the game in order to meet the expectations for the next generation regarding design? A very good question. Well, I do know one thing that shouldn't be changed, and that would be the cel-shaded format. Jet Set Radio Future did an amazing job when it came to character and level design. Everything was colorful and full of life, characters were nicely detailed, and stages were full of people. The cel-shade design just fits the game perfectly. The only improvements I can think of to suggest are expanding levels and increasing details on both character models and stages to reflect that near-future world the game takes place in. Now, I did kind of imagine what the game would be like if it was a full-on open-world game, similar to other games like Grand Theft Auto or Sleeping Dogs. But, to be honest, I'm still attached to the separate level style implemented in Jet Set Radio Future. With this format, I think much more work and creativity can be shown within each individual level rather than generating an entire sandbox area, making levels more detailed and dynamic for new and old stages. Next up in line is content. Gaming's pretty expensive, so let's make sure a new one of these is worth the full price tag. Okay, as of right now, game prices are rolling around $60 a pop. Not too unreasonable, but with the new generation around the corner, there's a chance that that price may increase for many reasons. Some understandable, some absolutely ridiculous. But let's focus on the $60 price range. Game content is what makes or breaks a game's value. So what can we pack in a new Jet Set Radio Future game that'll make it worth $60? Well, first off, let's set some prerequisites. The main story in the game has to accumulate anywhere between 7 and 10 hours on average. Has to have a balanced variety of game modes, and should have a wealth of extras and or unlockables. I'd say a good single player story mode should clock in anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. But as far as game modes go, there's plenty we can do with that. Now, Jet Set Radio Future had a good bit of multiplayer options on deck, but now that we have online at our disposal, let's up the ante. A few game modes that I have in mind include multiplayer co-op, both online and offline, Graffiti Quest, Freestyle, and Time Attack for a high score while doing tricks, just to name a few. Now, couple that with online leaderboards and we have a good competitive online experience for Jet Set Radio Future. But there is more to online than just active play. Jet Set Radio Future also allows you to create and edit your own graffiti. This can be expanded greatly, taking advantage of online. Creating, editing, and sharing your own graffiti concepts with other players should prove fun. Now, I can also imagine that players would want to do more than just share graffiti designs. Jet Set Radio Future is a pretty colorful and stylish game, and being able to customize more than just graffiti would be pretty cool. I think a cool new addition to a new Jet Set Radio Future game should be either a character customization or a character creator, though I would prefer character customization. One system I had in mind was similar to the one used in the RPG Resonance of Fate. Accessories, clothes, and whatnot were purchased from an in-game store with money collected from fallen enemies. A credit system implemented in Jet Set Radio Future shouldn't be too difficult. Maybe accumulated points or spray cans collected, or even certain graffiti souls that are worth a set amount of credit. This would definitely increase the replay value of the game. That and being able to customize your favorite character with SEGA inspired gear would be pretty awesome. Well, I think it's about time I wrap this up. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Topic of Discussion featuring Jet Set Radio Future. Please do me a favor by rating the video, voicing your opinion in the section below, and if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button for more content. This is Josh the Immortal Afro signing out. Thanks for watching.
What is love?